Well, let's go across to Amitabh Revi, who joins us from Kabul. So, Amitabh, tell us about the Prime Minister's program, and this is an official but unannounced visit there.
It is an official and unannounced visit, and that's important because there are security concerns and there have been a lot of specific threats. There have in fact been some threats that have been foiled as well in the recent past, which is just a couple of days back. Hence, it was not officially announced either in Delhi. There were specific questions asked. Everybody did know that the Prime Minister was contemplating on coming here, but the dates or the timing was not given out, so that that window was not known to anybody who was planning anything untoward. But going on further now that he's landed here, it's a cold, chilly day, very foggy as well in Kabul. It's freezing under zero, but he's come here with a lot of warmth because he's going to inaugurate the new Parliament building, which is a huge complex and quite spectacular, if I may say so, in comparison to the old one. Both the Houses of Parliament will be addressed. There will be dignitaries there, President Ashraf Ghani as well as other top leaders.
Right, Amitabh, we believe the ceremony is about to begin. Could you tell us a little bit about what is expected in all that's supposed to happen with Prime Minister there today?
Well, what we do know is that there are going to be meetings in the presidential palace, and we believe that will happen before the inauguration of the Parliament. So he will meet President Ashraf Ghani here on his first official visit as a Prime Minister. Manmohan Singh has been here twice, and in fact that's quite a coincidence because it's a legacy that's being passed on. The same Parliament building which is being inaugurated today, the foundation stone was laid by Dr. Manmohan Singh when he was Prime Minister, when he came here on his first visit, which was in 2005. So that legacy continuing because India is extending that hand of friendship to Afghanistan. After those meetings, he will also be meeting the Chief Executive, Dr. Abdullah, and of course somebody who's very close to India's heart, ex-President Hamid Karzai. And then the inauguration inside Parliament, where we're expecting both the Prime Minister and the President to give speeches to that joint session of Parliament, as well as both the speakers of the lower house and the upper house, that's the Walesi Jirga and the Mishrano Jirga. And then we do expect also a joint statement by both leaders.
Right, Amitabh, we're still seeing those visuals of that ceremonial welcome for the Prime Minister, where he will arrive there. Tell us also about just a few days ago, India also gave 3 helicopters to Afghanistan, and so a gift there as well, and today the inauguration of the Parliament.
Yes, so it is in a way both India's gifts of the ballot and the bullet, so as to speak, to Kabul. Ballot in terms of the Parliament building, the new Parliament building. Afghanistan is one of the youngest democracies in the world, even though there have been 2 parliamentary elections. But the latest parliamentary election has been stalled because of certain rules and regulations that are being fought over, disputed politically. And when you're talking about militarily, India has done a U-turn, because we never gave Afghanistan, or for that matter any other country, any lethal weaponry. Here we have provided, as you're seeing in those pictures there, 3 Mi-25s, Russian-made helicopters, which we are phasing out anyway for the Apaches. But it is a big step forward for the Afghan Air Force in their attempt to keep the Taliban at bay because of the drawdown of the US troops and the lack of air support. So in that sense, yes, very important, and those 2 important men in that picture as well. Hanif Atmar, he is the National Security Advisor, and the Indian Ambassador to Kabul, that is Amar Sinha.
And there we can see Amitabh, we're seeing visuals of the arrival of the Prime Minister, accompanied by the President there at the palace. There Narendra Modi emerging from the car, and he will receive a guard of honor here at the presidential palace. Hugs being exchanged there. And Amitabh, as the Prime Minister arrived, you had the spokesperson for the MEA saying that it's another, that India has arrived, that Prime Minister has arrived there, and a day of engagements with another dost.
A lot of warmth, and as I was saying, a lot of warmth on a day which is really chilly. It's below zero currently. There is fog, as you can see. You can't see the hill behind me as well. So in that sense, and then coming from another friend, which is Russia. And if you go back in history, it's quite interesting, because 1989 or 1979, when you saw what happened to the then Soviet Union and Afghanistan, things have gone completely different from that time. So in terms of India's relations with the then Soviet Union, India and